I bought Palantir at 9.7, experienced my first 4-bagger. It didn't last long, yet after a 75% drop, I'm still green. All good? Hi, I'm Arni, and no, it is not all good. I think I made some mistakes. 3 big mistakes I'd like to share with you so that my experience will be helpful to you. By avoiding these mistakes, we could improve our investment returns, which is all we want, don't we? I got affected by euphoria. When you buy something and the price goes parabolic, you start thinking, oh, I'm a genius. And then the confirmation bias arrives. That prevents you from doing the right thing, which was selling in the middle of euphoria. Palantir was doing great. It was receiving a lot of new contracts, but the price was going way too far compared with the underlying business. Memes were a clear signal that the market was exuberant. To be clear, I sold most of the shares here and took some profits. My idea was to take the gains and stay invested with an amount equal to my initial investment of 10k. But still, I think I made a mistake. Even when the price was $40, I didn't want to sell. I felt attached to it. What's worse is that I realized Palantir didn't deserve a price to sales multiple of 50. I found it very hard to combine what was reasonable, the price was not reasonable at all, with what Peter Lynch says about not cutting your winners. And that's a great principle, unless the price goes completely mad. If the price moves to 100% in a month for a business growing 50% yearly, that is a red flag. I absolutely love Palantir business, and I'm sure Palantir will grow exponentially, but that will take time. I underestimated the time. My mistake was to think that the visibility through YouTube, Reddit, CNBC would have caused an accelerated brand recognition to Palantir, and that would have turned into explosive growth. Probably it helped, but still it takes time. Palantir has a cutting-edge technology, but costs $7 million per year, so it gets a lot of friction from IT departments. Do you remember Tesla years ago? It was growing, but not as much as it deserved. It took time, so carefully watch the story unfold. But don't expect the adoption will be super fast. There could be a trigger, a catalyst, as a financial analyst would call, that could cause the acceleration in the tipping point. In the case of Tesla, the pandemic made its business shine because they had a far better supply chain and a strong online business, while legacy automakers struggled. Palantir is structured as a business that thrives in difficult times. It is anti-fragile, so a trigger could be something bad, very bad, like a war. Watch the story unfold and progressively judge it. But remember, with companies like Palantir, time is not always a friend. I underestimated the dilution. The more time passes, the more shares are issued. And that's awful, because that reduces our ownership, so our earnings, future earnings. Therefore, to be better off as investors, the company must keep growing at a much faster rate than it is diluting. Otherwise, the increase in the intrinsic value will be diluted. Palantir is doing the right thing in securing the best engineers and pricing them with stocks. I'm fine with that. The problem is that I underestimated the impact. So what I should have done was reading the S1 feeling better. Here. I understood that a good time to enter this kind of companies is when there are clear signs the dilution is getting lower. Like now. Karp just said the dilution will be reduced in the coming semesters, as the company will focus on GAAP profitability. Last year, he didn't seem to care at all. So great, I can add to my position if the price goes below 10. Almost there. Investing is brutal. As soon as you think you are not that bad, Mr. Market will make its best to make you think otherwise. If you like this video, I'm sure you will like also this one appearing here. Thank you for watching. Ciao!